Alright guys, what's up? Casual K Kyle here, and today I got something different to do. Today we're going to do an unboxing of something that Pro has got. Alright, so Pro has now put out their next sub-ohm tank, which, I mean, there's a lot of those, but I was able to get this guy early from Pro. Become pretty good friends with those guys. These guys are pretty cool, and we're going to do an unboxing. I think I might change it to unboxing because I haven't seen that many on YouTube of unboxing stuff, and I could do a review practically of it because I really could look at these for 5 minutes and I would basically be able to review most of it. And if you would want more in-depth reviews, I could still do that, but I think I might want to just do this just to get the product's name out there quicker. Then reviewing takes about a couple weeks to a month to do that kind of stuff, just to see if anything weird goes on with it. But that wouldn't be my job, that would be someone else's. If you guys think that's a good idea, just shoot it down in the comments. I'll keep doing this kind of stuff, because when I get a product, I'll just put up a video. And it'll be a lot easier. I won't have like stuff waiting for things like that, like, oh, this is next. Oh, I think I bought that one next, and then that one, you know. It's kind of weird like that. But yeah, let's get up close and unbox this baby. Alright, so here is the eTank S2 from Pro. Let's get this guy cracked open. I'm going to just use a little flathead to get this guy open. Get it going here. Let's see what this is. So they advertise this guy as the first like flavor chasing sub-ohm tank. They're not going for the cloud chasing, but something that's weird is they're saying, oh, it's not for cloud chasing, it's for flavor chasing. But they added more airflow than their last tank, and they added a 0.2 ohm coil, which sounds cloud chaser to me. That sounds like something you would want to advertise for cloud chasing. Just seems a little odd. But yeah, you got the nice little packaging here, stuck on with a sticker, and you got the foam and blah blah blah, little frame like that. This guy comes out like that. That's the tank. What else did we get in here? That's the little label for the outside, which is very blank. I'll get to that in a sec. I think this thing is really blank on those labels. You get to the back, you have a very blank spot that doesn't do anything. You also have extra O-rings, it looks like. Yeah, some extra O-rings for it. And the little baggie right here. And you have your other coil right here, just popping out. So we'll pop that guy out and save it for later. See what's going on with that. So, if I can get this back together, we'll be good to go. Don't want to destroy this. Kind of will have to though. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna crush it. Nice. There it goes. Alright, that's back all like that. So all I really need to take out is that coil. And if you look on the back here, you have a caution, and it just really says like everything that would have with nicotine. It really doesn't say anything about child safety or anything. It says, you know, 18, you know, under 18 across through it and stuff, and no pregnancy things, I guess is what that's saying. Made in China, all copyrights reserved, and designed by Pro, blah 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 blah. shehpro.com. Little plug there. Little QR code to know if you're getting the right one. Mine says sample because it is a sample. Got it right here, the actual tank. So it comes with this glass drip tip already on here, and they advertise on this guy that it is top filling. So we'll see that right here. Looks like you unscrew this guy. Yeah. No, I'm not completely oblivious on this. I've seen like the photos that they show you online and stuff. Which, I mean, I just plugged the website right there. So that's the top filling right there. It looks like it's just kind of cool. It looks really excessive. So this side would be where either side you put juice on one side and it would let the air go out on the other side. So you don't like have juice all clogging up right here. Looks like your air right there. And this guy just screws on and it has an O-ring. So I think that it's going to cause some gurgling. When I put this all back, it's going to actually compress that tank a little bit. And yeah, and this is your airflow right here. It's all the way open and then all the way shut, but for some reason it also has extra leeway for no reason. It like screws way over. It's not a big deal, it's just weird. It says eTank S2 right there. It's kind of hard to see that. And yeah, so the airflow looks very similar to some other sub-ohm tanks I've seen. Got copper pin on the bottom. This is what, number 15, designed by Pro on the bottom, and I think that pin is adjustable too. This comes out. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we're just going to disassemble the whole thing and see what's going on with that. Okay, and then this part comes undone from here. Yes, okay, so now we have all the pieces. Let me get this off. Oh, that's a little tight on these O-rings. Okay, now we got it all disassembled. Oh, okay, so the coil comes out like that. Cool. Just like the Inakin sub-tanks where they had that little like pop in and out design for the coils. So you would just slide it in like so, and the coil's seated inside there. Let's take a look at these coils. What do we have in here right now? Let me see what this is. This is 20 watts to 50 watts, 0.5. 20 watts to 50 watts. Well, we'll have to do that in this video then. 20 watts to 50 watts on this 0.5. I'm going to keep the 0.5 in there, and we'll take it up to 50 watts and just see what happens. I think I'm actually going to have to go grab a box mod for that. We'll do that in a sec. So that guy goes, and then where's the other piece? There's that other piece. This piece just screws in like so, but it looks like that copper pin doesn't do anything, so that means first sub-ohm tank with a completely adjustable 510. I like that. That's very cool. Very, very cool. It might have been just something that they just did without even thinking about it, but that's very cool. I can actually adjust this for hybrid mods. I'd feel safer with people with this with hybrid mods, because it looks like with it having it like that, yeah, it already is out like that, and all you got to do is just unscrew this a little bit, and look at that. That's definitely going to fit in hybrids and work fine. Yeah, I like that. First sub-ohm tank that I'm actually a little bit more comfortable with hybrid mods about it. What would be the next piece? Oh, yeah, got the glass to slide over right here. This guy goes in like so. Okay, a little squeaky, but I think that's just the O-rings. That's together like that. You go ahead and fill it up right there, and you screw it all back together. If this would, there it goes. And you get a little glass O-ring. Glass drip tip, not O-ring. The O-ring is actually pretty good. It's a good little drip tip. It's not doing the wobbly thing that the Smok Tech tanks. Smok VCT Pro and stuff had a really wobbly drip tip. Now if you look at this, that looks pretty non-wide bore in my opinion. That looks, it's about the same as the tube, so I can't really complain that much, but they could have just done a little extra and it would have been a little bit better for some people. They would be cooler with that. The airflow adjustment is actually, a little tight, little loose, just it's pretty good. You can set it there and it's not going to accidentally swivel around, but if you want to get it wide open, it's definitely going to do that for you. It's not going to freely spin that hard. It's actually some effort to get this open and closed. So I think that's that, and all you got for the 0.2 ohm. Let's see what the watts are on this one actually. It's the watts 20 to 50. They just both say 20 to 50 watts, but there's a 0.2 and a 0.5. Sure. Okay. All right. So we're going to take this guy from 20 watts to 50 watts and take her up to the original screen. I'm going to fill her up with some good juice, and we'll be good to go with these. Let's go do that. Okay. All right. So spent a little bit of time with this guy now. Spent a little bit of time, shot it off camera a little bit, spent a little bit of time with it. And I filled up some good juice. I primed up that coil just to give you guys a sum up of how the coil primed, how everything went like that. So I'm not doing that on cam. If that's something in the future I'll do, I don't really care. But most of that is me sitting here vaping it and blowing it out and vaping it and blowing it out and with nothing to say. And then I'll gather my thoughts and then I'll come up with it. So I've got it all filled up with some juice. Filling it was pretty easy. Changing out the coil, if you have juice in here, looks like it's going to be an issue because coming out through here, the glass is very flimsy right here. It's got this little small O-ring right here, right? So if you just have the glass in this part going right here and you're trying to take out the coil, it's really flimsy. So if you have juice in here while you're trying to change your coil, it seems like it's going to be a bitch and a half. It's going to be a bitch. But what we got to do now, no, actually before that, I do want to talk about also the coil priming, because it seems like it had that same taste that I've been getting out of a lot of sub-ohm tanks, which is why I've kind of steered away from them more, and I'm more onto the rebuildable RTAs and drippers again, like I usually would, and then the sub-ohm tanks came out and I kind of went crazy with that a little bit, but it's the same freaking thing that I've been getting out of a lot of them. I'm not doing this against Pro because Horizon Tech, because Smok, and freaking whoever made the Heracles, it has that too. It's just this weird flavor that comes out on it, and then it goes away, and you're good. But this one has that too. Just gonna put that out there, you guys. If you've seen other sub-ohm tank reviews, you've probably heard that same complaint before. China, if you're watching this, please fix that. Anyone who's watching this, Pro, Smock, somebody fix it, because I don't like when I take my first pull on your tank, it's not a good experience because the flavor is bad, and then it gets good, and then a few days later the coil goes bad, and I repeat the whole process over again, and I really am over that. I'm really overdoing that. This is at 20 watts right now, and it's working all right. That's the minimum they recommend. It's kind of just little clouds coming out. And the flavor's okay. Kind of tastes like a sub-ohm tank. It doesn't really flavor chase. There's nothing like crazy about this. I'm like, man, this produces such good flavor. But that's at 20 watts. We're going to bump this guy up to 50 watts. But let's do it slowly. We're going to go up in 5 watt increments. So let's do 25 next. And I got it on my good old Sigeli 100 watt. I bought this last year. You can see how far back that review is. Still love this guy. It works great. Okay, it's definitely hotter now. Mind you, this is a 0.5 also. It's actually already tasting a little bit drier than the 20 watt was. That tastes pretty good. I think this is like it's a sub tank, like the old sub tanks. It vapes good at 25 watts, which, okay, I think once I bump this to 30, we're going to have a really warm, almost burnt experience, and then we'll bump it up more from there, and I'll stop. If it gets burnt before 50, then we'll stop. That's 30 watts. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, barely. That's 30 watts. Yeah, there you go. And that's good for about a hit. That's good for like one hit, and then I take another pull, and it's kind of dry. So you kind of... And that's good. Take another pull. And that's a little dry. It's weird. This coil is not keeping up a lot. And I think the reason on that is if you see these little freaking slots on here, that's all you have. You have 2 of those on it. And if they put either another one right there and another one right there, or they made these bigger, it would flow a lot better. And all it is just changing the coil design. It wouldn't be changing the whole tank. It'd be just changing the coil. It'd be a very easy fix. But I think these coils do need improvement. If you're going to advertise 50, make it be able to hit 50. Come on. Or at least 40. Like, I'm going to bump it up to 35 here, and I don't think it's going to be good. I just, off of how that 30 hit, I don't see this hitting that well at 35. Which 35 is like usually like a great spot for a lot of tanks. Alright, let's do this. That was good for one pull. Let's do the next one. Okay, it's actually doing it. It's just like a little bit dry, but it's still vaping it. I'm surprised it actually kept up with that. Well, then we're doing 40 then. We're doing 40, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing 40. No, not 45. We're not doing that. Sigeli goes pretty fast. Okay, come on, Sigeli. Let's go. Let's go with the 40. 40 watts. The other one, do it. Okay, that's 40. Sure, whatever. Fuck it. Wow, that actually kept up. Let's keep it going. Yeah, no. 45 is gonna ruin it. I'm gonna ruin this coil right now. I'm going to regret hitting at 45. 30 was working good for a little bit. The third pull was kind of dry. Let's make sure this guy's getting juiced. I don't see that many air bubbles coming out of this. That's what's scaring me. Okay, that was good, but I sucked before. I sucked in more juice for it. Okay. Dry. That was so dry. That was super dry. Alright, that's it. Not taking it to 50 because 45 it already dry hitted. Dry hitted. It had a dry hit at 45. So does not go up to 50 watts with that. Maybe the point tool will do it, but I kind of doubt it because the juice flow is the exact same, the airflow is the exact same. They apparently just put a higher gauge in it, and they rate it for the same. I'm gonna put this down to 30 again. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swap this on a different mod because I am going to use it on a different mod. Well, it's getting a little warm now. Maybe it'll work better once it's warm. Let's see if it'll. Yes, I'm gonna rock it on my Ego 1. That vape's great. That's gonna vape at about 30 watts. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of subpar. How I'm gonna rate this is pretty much this thing is vaping kind of subpar. You know, a little 30 watt sub tank. Wow, we've had that before. It's not something to write home about. It looks like it holds like about 5 mils. It really has like 0 specs on everything. But I'm actually going to look that up. I'll look up all the specs right now, and then we'll have that. I'll cut back. Alright, so I pulled up all the specs for it, and it looks like it has, they say, smart top filling. So yes, it has top filling. User-friendly anti-skid design. Anti-skid? I think that's anti-spit up is what it means, because it has a little screen on top of those coils. Glass drip tip, away from heat problem. Sure, China is being China. Delicately compact structure. Okay. Large dual airflow controls. Yes, it does have that. It definitely has that. The easiest to. Okay. Ideal for flavor chaser. It's ideal for flavor chaser. This isn't meant to be a cloud chaser. Okay. And it holds 5 mils of juice. That's what this is. A 5 mil tank, flavor chaser. Vape's good on Ego 1. Yeah, it's vaping great on that. Yeah. It's pretty doable, but it's pretty average. There's nothing like crazy about this. The top fill is kind of cool, but when I did top fill with this, because you kind of have to because it's really flimsy on the glass right here, like I said, when you do top fill, it says to close this off. I closed it off. It really didn't do anything. It still gurgled once I filled it. It gurgled. It, you know, because I had to compress this to screw it back on. It's kind of, I don't know. It's subpar. We'll see in the future how it goes later on. If you want me to do a full review on it, I will. If you don't really care, then you don't really care. I don't really care. I think this kind of sums up what this tank is. I used it for a good minute, about a half hour, and I came back, and it's all right. It's all right. It's cool. I do like that they, you know, I got this early, and I'm able to do this unboxing for you guys and show you what kind of cool new stuff's coming out, because there's a lot of new stuff coming out right now. There's a lot of new box mods coming out. Like IPV's got like probably 5 or 6 more boxes coming out. They got freaking new iSticks coming out. They got the 40 watt TC that already came out, and they got a new 100 watt iStick. 100 watt. Anyone? Yes, that is coming too. I'm gonna get one of those for sure. But that's all for the eTank S2 by Pro unboxing, first look, first impression, whatever you want to call it. I think it is middle of the road, very average sub tank, and I have no idea what the prices are because it's not even out yet. That's all I got for you guys. Let's keep vaping on. Later, YouTube.